Well, you won't believe what's just happened. I've been building the controller for the mini mill, and this is the main board. This is called a CNC Shield, and it's for the let me shut this off. Not everybody appreciates opera. I don't either, but I did it for Margaret. Anyway, CNC, it gets its power separately, and it can handle 12 to 36 volts. It doesn't get too warm. It gets its control signal through this cable, which is into the USB port on my PC. And I have a program, I may or may not keep it. It's called CNCJS. And I'm a little nervous because they haven't had an update in some time. But all I can tell you is it works. I have other options I can go to. This is sort of like the screen that controls, and it goes into the software in the Uno, and it comes up from that and makes things happen. And I promise you this is exciting. So I only have the Z-axis. Right now, that's all I want to be able to do is set this up, drop it down a millimeter or two or 0.1 millimeters at a time, and then I'll manually hog out the slot. That's all I need to do, right? So as I move my cursor here, you can see there's a Z plus and a Z minus. Minus is pretty big right now, so let's go ahead and hit that and see what happens. You ready? I'm gonna go click. Did you see that? I'm gonna click it again. Oh yes, it's moving. That's 3 millimeters. I put in 3 so I could see it, okay? But notice how nice and smooth that is. Oh, baby cakes. Now I'm gonna go up the other direction. Oh yes. So that when I can change this here to 0.01. Can you believe it? I can take it wherever I want. I can also go to 0.1. Okay, so do a 0.1 and do a plus. See if we can even see it. Okay. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. It's a barely a tickle. Now, what I have to do now is take this device over to the machine. I am so excited. And calibrate my motor and gear to whatever this thing is. So I'm going to move it. I'm going to say move 5 millimeters, and then I'm going to measure it and see how far it went, and then I come back in and change the pulse rates for this stepper motor. There's a place you go do that, and then I will be able to do vertical descent of the part. Now what I need to do, and I'm 100% confident I have this now, everything works as it should. It was I don't want to even go into it. You learn every day, guys, so don't worry about it. At any rate, now I want to rearrange the setup for the part. The part I want to do is a chassis, and it's fairly tall. And however things are, it's also a little ways out from the central of the Z-axis. So I need to move the entire assembly in a little bit, and I have room to do that. And then I'm going to have to find a way to clamp it as it's up high. If it's not in a vise, I got to clamp the vise. If it's on the table itself, I'm going to have to clamp it on the table. And I think what I'm using is some all thread and some nuts to clamp it down. And I think I'm going to have to get a longer all thread. This chassis is just a little too tall, mostly for smaller parts. It's not that it's hard metal or anything like that. It's just that it's tall. So I'm going to do that setup process probably after lunch, and then I'll try to bring this over. This is my my new PC, my baby. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I may try to, I don't know, because that place over there is a mess as far as chips and dust and stuff, so that's probably not where I want my PC. I mean, I have this other guy who I could set him up and he could probably work, and he's a touch screen. He's big and old, but if I had a cable that was like on the table next to it, it wouldn't get too dirty. and it's older, but I'm not doing any calculations basically. I'm just communicating G code to this board, which has limited memory. So that's why you have to feed it the motion. But the motions are not going to be that bad. I'm going to indicate, I'm going to do just what I did. I'm going to say down one, and then I'm going to hand crank. Now, if I can get that table to accept the stepper motors that I have, it is feasible. It is possible. I can turn on the X and the Y axes and drive them just like I did this one. And I could actually do CNC all the way. And that's where I don't know. I'd love to go there. I just don't know if the view is worth the climb. Right now I need to make some chassis. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Okay, big deal. Took me way too long to get my head right, but it's right now. And it was moving. What happened? I must have turned something off, or it timed out. I don't know. Or it burned out. No, it didn't burn out. Anyway, it was working. You saw it. I'm not going to try to go again. All right. Oh, I know. I disconnected maybe. The hell with it. All right. Later, gang. Take care.